guys? Cuts? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jed, you need a backup. You need one of these. Yeah. Audio check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Is that better for those guys?
Hey, are you in the floor malt, Jed? English only? You should be in floor as well. Okay, floor is too hot.
Floor is too hot. Okay.
Right. On cuts?
Okay, floor is down.
Okay. How much time do we have here? Okay, 20 minutes. Yeah. All right, Sonia needs the mics eventually.
Okay. How's floor now?
Audio check for the floor malt. Audio check for the floor malt. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Jed, please plug into the floor malt and see what you get. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need. I need another one of these for English. Well, I'm gonna need both. Yeah. I need another one. But is that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? It's not screaming hot. Okay. I think we're good on the malt. On the other side of it.
Okay. Can we?
So that's a good level. Yeah, good level on cuts malt. Main.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Audio check. All right. Have your attention, please, for audio reasons. For audio reasons, on the risers, cuts and main. Oh, you are too hot for floor. Okay, floor is too hot, Josh, on cuts. Oh, Matt, can you get rid of this cable?
Where is it going?
Just somewhere else. Sorry. It can be messy. Audio check. Audio check. For the risers, we have translation and we have floor. Floor malts have no translation. So that is straight feed from each podium. I'm at President Biden's podium. This is the Prime Minister's podium. There is an English-only malt, which will be translated into English when Japanese is spoken. And there is a Japanese malt only that will be translated into Japanese when English is spoken. So your call to pick what you need on that, but those are the options. Yeah, audio check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Nate, when we're good on the English malt, let's switch over to the Japanese malt, please.
We're still on floor.
Okay.
Okay, we're good on floor now. We're good on floor. All right, Jed, can you switch back? Thank you.
Is Japanese 1 or 2?
Or 3. Japanese is 3, yeah. So I need that to be English, which is 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should be hearing English on well, actually, I don't know what you should be hearing. Yeah. And I'll have backups. The FB12s are DOS. Yes. I just need an earpiece. The single earpiece. Yeah. Yes. This is POTUS, yes. Okay. No. I need the single earpiece, but that's all right. Yeah. Okay, one more time. And if you're a seated guest, please use this translation device. English is channel 1, Japanese is channel 3 on your device when you're seated. One more time, if you're a seated guest, translation into English is on channel 1 on this device. Translation into Japanese will be channel 3 on this device when you're seated. Everyone okay on cuts malt with what you need? Audio, translation. Main riser, can we check in that we are okay?
Audio check 1, 2.
Nate, did you turn it on?
Off? No, it just doesn't. I think we turned it off. We'll get another one. Main riser.
I'll run and grab
Okay, yeah, get him from the CSI. Main riser. Okay, you have good levels, and if you are into English, can we have? Hello, this is Nate. Hello.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Oh, can you call David, please? Are you for Paul Simon? Oh, I don't. I'm in the Rose Garden. I have to go. Sorry. Audio check. Okay, main riser. We just want to make sure that you have the audio you need, the translation you need. I'll go one more time. When someone speaks Japanese, will happen on the English only mult. Translation into Japanese will be on the Japanese only mult. The floor mult is, you gotta turn it back on once you put that headphone. The floor mult is not translated, a straight feed from all sources of audio. If you are a seated guest, please use these. Channel 1 is going to be interpreted into English. Channel 3 is interpretation into Japanese. Just a bunch of static. Can we have people in the can we have the booths speak into each channel, please? State Department, can you speak into each channel, please, on the mics in the booths? I need one. I need a single. I don't need a single.
English channel, interpreter testing the English channel, testing the English channel,
Okay.
testing the English channel.
Right now on channel
testing
1,
the
you should be
English
hearing
channel,
English interpretation. On channel 3,
testing
you should
the
be hearing
English
interpretation
channel.
into Japanese.
English channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel.
Sonia is getting them. Press. She'll be back. Yes. That's okay. I mean, can we continue, please, with the interpretation? Or the... In the booths, please continue with the interpretation.
English channel. This is the Japanese Prime Minister. Testing. English channel, testing. This is the Japanese Prime Minister.
I'm getting like...
Testing.
Are you getting it clear?
Testing. This is the Japanese Prime Minister. Testing. The English translation.
Are you guys getting that?
Testing.
Yes, we are.
Testing. This is the Japanese Prime Minister.
Please let us know when you need to finish testing.
Testing, still testing. Testing. This is the Japanese into English. This is Prime Minister Kishida. Testing.
Are we good on that, Nate?
Testing.
Yes.
Thank you.
Continue in the booths, please.
You want to keep going? Okay.
Continue in the booths, yes.
This is the Prime Minister of Japan. Testing. This is Mr. Kishida speaking. This is the Prime Minister of Japan. The translation into
Wait,
English.
okay.
Testing.
I'm a little confused
This
here.
is Japanese into English. This is the translation. Testing. This should be channel 1. This is Kishida-san speaking. Testing. This is the Japanese Prime Minister. Testing. This is the Prime Minister of Japan. Testing. This is the Prime Minister of Japan. Testing. This is Kishida-san speaking. This is the translation booth. Japanese into English. Testing.
Are we still testing?
The interpreter is still testing at least. Testing. Testing, 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 testing.
Are you still getting that, Nate?
Test, test, test. Testing, testing.
Can we check the other podium? Can we check the other podium, Josh?
The mic?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Check, check, check. 1, 2. Checking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Hold on,
7,
Matt.
8, 9, 10.
You keep going.
Yep. Check. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check, check. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teleprompters, can you hear me all right over there? 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, 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 check. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Checking. 1, 2. Podium microphone. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How's that sound, Josh?
How does that sound to you out there, Matt?
Sounds pretty good. Not too bad. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm happy if you're happy.
Oh, that's like.
You want to test from the booths? One second. Are you getting that, Nate?
English, English, testing, testing. English, testing, testing. This is the English booth, testing, testing. Japanese into English. Testing, testing, testing. This is Kishida-san. This is the English channel, testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. This is Japanese into English. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. This is the English channel translation.
Yeah, but I need to hear it because we're getting static from radio waves up there.
Testing, testing. Radio wave issue. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. This is Japanese into English. This is Kishida-san speaking. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing. This is the English channel. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. This is the Japanese Prime Minister. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. This is the English booth. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. This is Kishida-san.
We're getting, that's me. 1, 2, 3.
Just, we have Japanese for him, right? Audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check. Or is that? What did you?
So you're good there? Sounds all right. Okay. Were you getting any of that static before? Yes. Tiny bit? All right. Yeah. I think this is the antenna. Go to English. If I could change the frequency. You're good.
Audio check, audio check, audio check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Audio check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4 is that? 4. 4. Where is that? Is English? What? What? Audio check, audio check, audio check. Cuts, talk to me. Audio check. Okay. I need English translation one more time. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on. Audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check, audio check. I need guys, I need a headset. I need a handset. For English.
Yep.
Turn it back on. Okay, audio check, audio check, audio check. Okay, audio check. I need English translation quickly.
English, English,
Okay,
English,
good, we're good.
English,
Okay,
English.
thank you.
Translation.
No, nothing has changed in that respect.
So
No, cuts. Let's talk about cuts. What do you have up? This is okay. POTUS is at 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay. Floor is good now. English translation, please. Speak in the booth. English translation.
English, English. Testing, testing. English, English. This is
Okay.
Kishida-san speaking. This is
Okay.
Japanese into English. English, English.
Okay.
Japanese, yep.
Okay. The floor mult is up, but the cuts mult is getting. I don't know. We're just using State Departments. 1 2 1 2 1 2. English translation, please, from the booth.
English, English. This is Kishida-san. This is Japanese Prime Minister. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. This is the English translation. Testing, testing. This is Kishida-san.
Floor is getting.
Testing the English channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel, interpreter testing the English channel.
Audio check,
Testing
audio check,
the
audio
English
check.
channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel,
I have English.
testing the English channel, testing the English channel, interpreter testing the English channel for translation of Prime Minister Kishida.
Okay. 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 One more time in the booth. English translation, please.
English, 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 English.
Thank you.
English, thank you.
Thank you.
English, 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 English. English, 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 English. Testing the English channel from the interpreter's booth. Testing the English channel from the interpreter's booth. Testing the English channel from the interpreter's booth.
Okay. Okay. Audio English translation, please, in the booth.
English, 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 testing, testing. This is Kishida-san. Thank you.
But the English translation is going to the floor on cuts. I don't, you know what I mean? It's not passing through. Not sure. Audio check, audio check. English translation, please.
English, 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 English. This is
English
Kishida-san
translation,
speaking
please.
in Japanese. Are you not
From the
hearing
booth?
me? You do not hear me, obviously. Testing, testing.
From the
This
booth.
is- you do not hear me. Trouble occurring.
What?
Trouble, trouble. If you do not hear me now,
Testing.
In
You
the
do not
booth.
hear me?
English translation,
obviously,
please.
the gentleman speaking is not hearing.
Ask for the booth, English from the booth.
The interpreter is talking. The channel is English.
is-
The microphone is on and it's red. And if you do not hear me,
I don't.
Part of it is RF. The
testing,
radio,
testing.
There's
But
interference on
he
that.
thinks that
Yes,
something
but,
is
um,
dysfunctioning
hold on,
because he
hold on.
continues
No.
to
But this man is not hearing me. And the microphone is on. This is the English channel. And the reporters are indicating that they hear me. But this gentleman is not. And I'm talking
No, don't worry about that.
intentionally with the microphone on.
So they are testing what that podium is hearing.
I need English translation now.
Which podium? Is this the Prime Minister's podium or the President's
I'm
podium?
not certain. I think it's the Prime Minister's.
Testing,
Oh,
testing.
okay, then that's
Okay.
not a problem because
Well,
Keep going
but,
on
um,
English
if it-
translation.
But he's going back
Yeah,
and forth.
this is the English channel.
He's the English.
Yeah, but they need
Then
to hear both
I'm
anyway.
probably wrong
Testing,
then, but-
testing, testing,
Probably
testing,
wrong which-
testing, 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 testing.
But they're trying to solve.
But
what
I'm sure
those-
both of them want to hear both
Yes, exactly.
channels. I
No.
mean, technically speaking.
No.
Testing, testing, testing.
So
This
sorry.
is the English channel.
I need constant
Okay.
communication with them.
Okay. So Josh, I'm
They're
good.
saying that, and I think it's their problem, that English is coming out on floor in their malts.
Okay.
So I don't think it's their thing.
More English level. Yeah, I just need a little more level on English translation. We're good. Yeah, thereabouts. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I need English translation from the booth, please.
English, 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 English. Interpreter for Prime Minister Kishida testing the English channel, testing the English channel. English
Okay.
channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel. Testing the English channel. Testing the English channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel, testing the English channel. Testing the English channel. Testing the English channel. Testing the English channel. English, 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 English. English, English, English. English, 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 English,
Hey guys,
English,
sorry.
English, English.
Could you please speak like as loud as you can, just because?
No, that is not possible. We
This
can't
is-
shout throughout.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Testing, 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 testing. This is the English channel. Testing 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 the English channel. Testing, testing. Testing the English channel. Testing the English channel. Testing the English channel. Texting, testing the English channel.
Uh-huh.
Check, check, check.
Yeah. Right. Ask for English interpretation.
Can we get English interpretation, please? English interpretation.
Check test 1 2 3 4. English booth. English booth. Check test 1 2 3 4. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and from the English feed, thank you very much. Press conference, Rose Garden, English feed. Check test 1 2 3 4. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Rose Garden. Thank you very much. 1 2 3 4. English feed. English channel. Check test 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. Check, check, test 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. Check test. 1 2 3 4. English booth. Check test. What do you got? 1 2 3 4 5 6. Check test. 1 2 3.
Can I get Japanese
1
interpretation, please?
2.
Nice and loud. Okay. We'll put it right here.
Thank you. Hey. Okay, so that's good. This sounds good.
No idea where my check 1 2 1 2. Audio check. I'm on for this. Yeah. Audio check. I need English translation, please. Audio check. Okay. Very nice. Okay, one sec. Okay, thank you. No, English is going to the floor. I don't know. Can you just switch them back there? Like. So, Josh, that name is fine. Name is not fine? Which one? We're getting close, so what do we need to do? Yeah, okay. Okay, delegation is coming here. Delegation is coming here. Audio check 1 2 1 2, audio check 1 2. Audio check 1 2, audio check 1 2. 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. Hold on. Hey, no, 9 and 10 are together, Josh. Josh. Okay. Audio check 1 2 1 2. Audio check. Jed, same. On the floor. Okay. Okay, good. Audio check 1 2 1 2. Audio check 1 2. Audio check. Okay, English translation, please. English translation, please. Okay, now we're good. Okay, they're getting English on floor now. They're getting English on floor now. Yeah. Is Maine okay? Who's doing the announcement? Who am I doing? Distinguished guest, the President of the United States and the Prime Minister of Japan.
Please have a seat. It's an honor to stand here today with the Prime Minister of Japan, Prime Minister Kishida. When I became president, I said that the United States would rebuild the muscle of our democratic alliances, and we stand shoulder to shoulder with our allies again, because our alliances are America's greatest asset. The relationship with Japan is powerful proof of that investing in our alliance and raising our collective ambitions, we yield remarkable results. Over the last 3 years, the partnership between Japan and the United States has been transformed into a truly global partnership. And that's thanks in no small part to the courageous leadership of Prime Minister Kishida, and I mean that sincerely. Together, our countries are taking significant steps to strengthen defense security cooperation. We're modernizing command and control structures, and we're increasing the interoperability and planning of our militaries so they can work together in a seamless and effective way. This is the most significant upgrade in our alliance since it was first established. I'm also pleased to announce that for the first time, Japan and the United States and Australia will create a network system of air, missile, and defense architecture. We're also looking forward to standing up a trilateral military exercise with Japan and the United Kingdom. And our AUKUS defense partnership with Australia and the United Kingdom is exploring how Japan can join our work in the second pillar, which focuses on advanced capabilities, including AI, autonomous systems. All told, that represents a new benchmark for our military cooperation across a range of capabilities. On the economic front, our ties have never been more robust. Japan is the top foreign investor in the United States. Say that again. Japan is the top foreign investor in the United States. And we, the United States, are the top foreign investor in Japan. Nearly 1 million Americans work in Japanese companies here in the United States. And to name just one example, a few months ago, Toyota announced an $8 billion investment in a massive battery production facility in North Carolina, which will employ thousands of people. Prime Minister is going to travel to North Carolina tomorrow to visit that project. Don't stay. Don't stay. We need you back in Japan. They'll probably try to keep you. He also affirmed the science and education ties between Japan and the United States. Those ties stretch up to the moon, where 2 Japanese astronauts will join future American missions, and one will become the first non-American ever to land on the moon. And they reach into the high schools and universities as well, where the Ambassador Minetta's program exists, named for our dear friend Norm Mineta. We're going to invest in new student exchanges, help train the next generation of Japanese and American leaders. We'll also discuss developments in the Middle East, including our shared support for a ceasefire and a hostage deal, and urgent efforts to deal with the humanitarian crisis that exists in Gaza. We also want to address the Iranian threat they're threatening to launch a significant attack on Israel. As I told Prime Minister Netanyahu, our commitment to Israel's security against these threats from Iran and its proxies is ironclad. Let me say it again, ironclad. We're going to do all we can to protect Israel's security. And finally, I want to commend the Prime Minister himself. He's a statesman. The fact is that you condemned Putin's brutal invasion of Ukraine when it happened. You pledged more than $12 billion in aid, prioritizing nuclear nonproliferation at the United Nations Security Council, standing strong with the United States as we stand up for freedom of navigation, including in the South China Sea, and as we maintain peace and stability across the Taiwan Straits, and taking the brave step of mending ties with the Republic of Korea, so we can all stand shoulder to shoulder together. Tomorrow, we will both be joined by another good friend, President Marcos of the Philippines, for a trilateral summit, the first of its kind. And through it all, our commitment to the defense of Japan under Article 5, including the Senkaku Islands, is unwavering. Mr. Prime Minister, through our partnership, we have strengthened the alliance. We have expanded our work together. We've raised our shared ambitions. And now the U.S.-Japan alliance is a beacon to the entire world. There's no limit what our countries can and our people can do together. So thank you for your partnership, your leadership, and your friendship. And now over to you, Mr. Prime Minister.
はい、ジョー、ありがとうございます。ジョーと、ジル夫人のご招待に改めて、感謝を申し上げます。Thank you, Joe. バイデン大統領と私は、これまで幾度となく会談をし、私たちがいかに重大な岐路に立たされているか、また、日米の連携がいかに重要であるか、こうしたことについて確認をしていきました。国際社会は歴史的な転換点にあります。日米、インド太平洋、そして世界が将来にわたり平和と安定、繁栄を享受するためには、法の支配に基づく自由で開かれた国際秩序を断固として守り、一層盤石にしていかなければなりません。本日も私は今こそ日米両国がグローバルなパートナーとして真価を発揮すべき時である。人間の尊厳が守られる世界を作る責任を共に果たそう。日本は常に米国と共にある。こうしたことをお伝えしました。また、私から国家安全保障戦略に基づき、反撃能力の保有や防衛費と関連する予算の引き上げなど、強い決意を持って防衛力の強化に取り組んでいることを伝え、バイデン大統領から改めて強い支持を得ました。その上で、私たちは日米同盟の抑止力、対処力の一層の強化が急務であることを再確認し、米軍と自衛隊の総合運用性強化のため、それぞれの指揮統制枠組みを向上させることを含め、安全保障、防衛協力の強化で一致をいたしました。次回の日米2+2に向けて具体的な議論を進めていきます。続いて私たちは国際社会が直面するさまざまな課題について意見を交わしました。まず私たちは力または威圧による一方的な現状変更の試みは世界のいかなる場所であれ断じて許容できず、同盟国同志国と連携し、引き続き毅然として対応していくことを確認しました。そのような観点からも中国をめぐる諸課題への対応にあたり、引き続き日米で緊密に連携していくことで一致をいたしました。同時に中国と対話を継続し、共通の課題については協力をしていくことの重要性を確認しました。また、台湾海峡の平和と安定の重要性を強調するとともに、両岸問題の平和的解決を促すとの考えを確認しました。核・ミサイル開発を含む北朝鮮情勢についても議論をしました。昨年8月の日米韓首脳会合の成果に立って、多くの分野で協力が進展していることを歓迎し、深刻に懸念すべき現下の情勢において、 一層緊密に連携していくことで一致をしました。また、バイデン大統領から拉致問題の即時解決に向けた力強い支持を改めて表明いただきました。法の支配に基づく自由で開かれたインド太平洋の実現も改めて確認をし、明日予定する日米非首脳会談の場を含め、引き続き緊密に連携していくことで一致をいたしました。ロシアによるウクライナ侵略については、今日のウクライナは明日の東アジアかもしれないとの認識のもと、日本が自らの問題として厳しい対ロ制裁と強力なウクライナ支援を継続していく決意を述べ、同志国との緊密な連携で一致をいたしました。中東情勢については、私から人質の解放や人道状況の改善、事態の沈静化に向けたバイデン大統領の努力に敬意を表しました。その上で、日本が人道状況の改善や持続可能な停戦の実現に向けて外交努力を積み重ねている状況を説明をし、事態の改善や二国家解決の実現、地域の安定化に向けた緊密な協力で一致をしました。経済については、まず世界の経済成長を共に牽引していく上で、双方向の投資の促進が重要であるとの認識で一致をしました。その中で、日本企業が投資や雇用創出を通じて、米国経済に大きく貢献していることを説明をし、バイデン大統領から賛意が示されました。また、先端技術分野での競争力を維持強化し、経済的威圧、非市場的政策慣行、過剰生産の問題に適切に対応しつつ、サプライチェーンの脆弱性を克服し、持続可能で包摂的な経済成長を牽引していく上で、日米の連携が不可欠であることを確認いたしました。
In addition, we concurred to advance our cooperation in the areas such as decarbonization, AI, and startups. There was a huge achievement also in the area of space. In the first half of the 1960s, when I was in the United States, it was the dawn of space development in the United States. I am one of all those who were so excited in the US by the spectacular challenge in space. The implementing arrangement has been signed on this occasion, and the provision of the lunar rover by Japan and the allocation of 2 astronaut flight opportunities to the lunar service to Japan were confirmed. Under the Artemis program, I welcome the lunar landing by a Japanese astronaut as the first non-US astronaut. We also discussed the efforts towards a world without nuclear weapons. We affirmed the realistic and practical endeavors of nuclear disarmament, including the issuance of the G7 leaders' Hiroshima vision last year, and I welcomed the participation of the United States in the FNCT Friends, which was launched by my initiative. Lastly, in order to further strengthen the people-to-people bond, which is the cornerstone of our unwavering Japan-US relationship, we affirm to further promote people-to-people exchanges. As the outcome of our meeting today, we will issue a joint statement titled The Global Partners for the Future. This is the expression of the determination of Japan and the United States to maintain and strengthen a free and open international order based on the rule of law that underpins the peace, stability, and prosperity of the international community and states the guiding principles. With our partnership, we will defend the future of Japan and the United States, the Indo-Pacific, and the world, and make that future all the more prosperous.
Now we'll take a few questions. Jordan Fabian of Bloomberg.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last month, you predicted the Federal Reserve would cut interest rates thanks to falling inflation. But today, data showed that inflation rose more than expected for the third straight month. So how concerned are you about the fight against inflation stalling? And do you stand by your prediction for a rate cut?
Well, I do stand by my prediction that before the year is out, there'll be a rate cut. This may delay it a month or so. I'm not sure of that. We don't know what the Fed is going to do for certain. But look, we have dramatically reduced inflation from 9% down to close to 3%. We're in a situation where we're better situated than we were when we took office, where inflation was skyrocketing. And we have a plan to deal with it, whereas the opposition, my opposition, talks about two things. They just want to cut taxes for the wealthy and raise taxes on other people. And so I think they have no plan. Our plan is one I think is still sustainable.
Mr. Prime Minister, you've said that the Nippon Steel acquisition of U.S. Steel is a private matter, but I'm wondering, did you discuss the matter today with President Biden, and do you believe that politics are influencing President Biden's decision to oppose the deal? And I wouldn't mind, Mr. President, if you answer that one too.
On the issue that you have raised, we understand that discussions are underway between the parties. We hope these discussions will unfold in directions that would be positive for both sides. Japan believes that appropriate procedures based on law is being implemented by the U.S. government. Japan is the largest investor to the United States. Japanese businesses employ close to 1 million workers in the United States, and investment from Japan to the U.S. can only increase upwards in the months and years to come, and we wish to cement this win-win relationship. Thank you.
I stand by my commitment to American workers. I'm a man of my word. I'm going to keep it. And with regard to that, I stand by our commitment to our alliance. This is exactly what we're doing, a strong alliance as well.
Prime Minister's microphone, please.
共同通信の中垣です。よろしくお願いします。
中垣
岸田総理、バイデン大統領お二方にお伺いします。今回の首脳会談では、中国の力や威圧による一方的な現状変更の試みに強い反対を確認し、対処力強化も打ち出しました。現状では日米が防衛力を強化すれば、中国も軍拡に走り、威圧的な行動を強めるジレンマに陥る状況です。分断を深めないためには、日米中国にとってそれぞれどのような対応が必要だとお考えでしょうか。
まずお答えさせていただきます。
Avoid the divide. How should Japan and U.S. respond? Let me then take that question first. At this summit, we confirmed that the United States and Japan will resolutely defend and bolster a free and open international order based on the rule of law, and that Japan and the United States as global partners shall work together for that purpose. On challenges concerning China, including the point you raised on objecting to unilateral attempts to change status quo by force or coercion, We concurred that Japan and the United States as global partners shall work in close coordination. And also, as I said previously, we will continue our dialogue with China, and we will cooperate with China in tackling common challenges. And the President and I confirmed the importance of such dialogue as well. Based on the solid trust with our ally, the United States, we will continue to call on China to fulfill its responsibilities as a major power. Japan's policy, which I have consistently embraced, is to comprehensively promote the mutual strategic relationship we have with China and establish a constructive and stable Japan-China relationship through efforts by both sides. That has been my consistent position that I have upheld. We will continue to seek close communication with China at all levels. That's it for me.
First of all, we keep improving our lines of communications with one another. That's the United States and China. I've recently spoken at length with President Xi, and we've agreed that we would, number one, have personal contact with one another whenever we wanted to discuss anything, so there'd be nothing slips between, as they say, between the cup and the lip. So we know exactly what the other team is thinking, number one. And so we had a long discussion almost 2 weeks ago now. And the best way to reduce the chances of miscalculation and misunderstanding. That's number one. Number two, in our alliance we have with Japan is a purely defensive in nature. It's a defensive alliance. And the things we discussed today improve our cooperation and are purely about defense and readiness. It's not aimed at any one nation or a threat to the region, and it doesn't have anything to do with conflict. And so this is about restoring stability in the region, and I think we have a chance of doing that. Okay. Next question. Who do I call on next? Hang on a second. I got my list here. Hang on. I apologize. Aurelia of AFP.
Thank you. My first question would go to both of you, Mr. President and Mr. Prime Minister. Is there a path for Japan to become a full member of AUKUS? And I would have a second question for you, Mr. President. You're now saying that Benjamin Netanyahu is making a mistake in Gaza. What are you willing to do to make him change his strategy? And would you consider conditioning military aid to Israel? Thank you.
Thank you. Your question about AUKUS, I will respond. Our country, we want to contribute to the peace and stability of the region, and therefore we have consistently supported AUKUS. Having said that, the participants of AUKUS, US, UK, Australia, with such countries by bilateral relationship or on multilateral occasions, we have established various relationships. But for Japan to have a direct cooperation with AUKUS, nothing has been decided at this moment. Going forward with US, UK, or with Australia, with such countries in bilateral or multilateral frameworks, we will continue our cooperation. So that will continue to be considered. At the moment, about the relationship between Japan and AUKUS, that's it.
With regard to my discussions with Bibi Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, as well as our relationship with Israel, I have been very blunt and straightforward with the Prime Minister, as well as his war cabinet, as well as the cabinet. And the fact of the matter is that Bibi and I had a long discussion. He agreed to do several things that related to, number one, getting more aid, both food and medicine, into Gaza, and reducing significantly the attempts, the civilian casualties in any action taken in the region. And thus far, and it's tied to the hostages. There are a number of hostages that are being held by the Hamas. And just yesterday, we're meeting with the Vice President, our National Security Advisor. Before that, and they're American hostages as well. And they know how committed we are, the whole team, to getting their loved ones home. We're not going to stop until we do. The new proposal on the table, Bill Burns led the effort for us. We're grateful for his work. There's a now up to Hamas. They need to move on the proposal that's been made. And as I said, we'll get these hostages home where they belong, but also bring back a 6-week ceasefire that we need now. And the fact is that they're getting in somewhere in the last 3 days over 100 trucks. It's not enough, but it needs to be more, and there's one more opening that has to take place in the north. So we'll see what he does in terms of meeting the commitments he made to me.
This will be the last reporter. Mr. Shimizu, please.
NHK の清水と申します。
Thank you. Shimizu of NHK. I asked the question to both of you. As Prime Minister Kishida mentioned, the abduction issue of North Korea, I believe, was discussed. Prime Minister, you have expressed your wish to have a direct engagement with Kim Jong-un, but they say that abduction is already resolved, which means that they are refusing. During the meeting, what did you tell President Biden about the outlook of a summit, and what engagement did you ask President Biden? President Biden, my question, what did you hear from Prime Minister Kishida, and what is your observation and feeling, your president, and with the nuclear missile issues, what is your position? Do you support early summit between Japan and North Korea? Thank you. First of all, if I may start regarding my summit meeting with President Biden about North Korea, including the missile and nuclear issues we have discussed, and regarding the increasingly worrying situation, we have agreed to continue a close coordination. And on top of that, we concurred that the window of a discussion with North Korea is open, and we discussed that Japan, US, and ROK will continue to work closely together. I also asked for the continued understanding and cooperation for the immediate resolution of the abduction issue, and President Biden once again gave myself a very strong assurance. Regarding the recent announcement by North Korea, I will refrain from commenting on each and every announcement by North Korea, but as I have been mentioning repeatedly, based on the perspective that the establishment of a meaningful relation between Japan and North Korea is in the interest of both Japan and North Korea, and that it would be hugely beneficial to the peace and stability of the region, my policy is to aim for a summit meeting with North Korea to resolve various issues, and will advance high-level consultation directly under my instruction, and that remains unchanged. That is my response.
We did discuss this issue. We both agreed that DPRK must also address the serious human rights and humanitarian concerns of the international community, including the immediate resolution of the abduction issue. But you know, the Prime Minister has just spoken to the potential, what his plans may mean. But I welcome the opportunity, we welcome the opportunity of our allies to initiate dialogue with the Democratic Republic of Korea. So I've said many times, we're open to dialogue ourselves at any time, without preconditions with the DPRK. So I have faith in Japan, I have faith in the Prime Minister, and I think his seeking a dialogue with them is a good thing. It's a positive thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Why didn't everybody holler at once?
I'll ask you briefly on the issue of abortion, sir. Respectfully, what do you say to the people of Arizona right now who are witnessing a law go in place that dates back to the Civil War here?
Elect me. I'm in the 20th century, 21st century, not back then. They weren't even a state. I find.
Sir,
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. This concludes the press conference.
Sir, how does the war in Ukraine comes to an end by the House leader allowing a vote. There's overwhelming support for Ukraine among the majority of Democrats and Republicans. There should be a vote now. There is no ban to Japan.
Distinguished guests, please remain in your seats until the official delegation departs.
Thank you.